to the moon. I believe that this nation should commit itself.
5, 6, and the liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
This was the race to space, working to beat the Russians.
People were absolutely glued to their visions. It was a transformative event in human history.
The Eagle has
Go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
In 1972, public and political interest in Apollo had dwindled. NASA was forced to cancel their last 3 missions. Gene Cernan, Harrison Schmitt, and Ronald Evans were the 3 brave men.
Okay, the man, the sun, and the ram. Do you understand? Now,
Soviet communities.
The crew spent 3 days on the lunar surface.
Man, I covered ground like a kangaroo.
Determination and courage of a generation. A tribute to 3 brave 4th year. The commitment of sending a man across the hostile ocean of space to the moon was bold superiority. To convince the world, this administration, NASA, began assembling a task force to put a man on the moon.
And then there was an advert in the Daily Telegraph which said they were looking for people, and it was just magic.
Involvement in the Apollo program was really a fantastic thing. Whole division laboratory. It was exciting at times, it was scary at times.
Politically, the race to beat the Russians to the moon had been won, and from strength to strength. But in 19s needed to make it count.
Records. The crew spent 3 days.
15 kilometers of the surface. Cernan had to wait 3 years and 6 missions.
And get the science.
Command Module pilot Ronald Evans was selected late into the Apollo program while flying combat missions in Vietnam. Apollo 17 would be his first and only spaceflight.
It weighed about 6.8 million pounds.
From NASA, you know, the planets and stuff, and I'd be like, is this really what this stuff look like? Are they just...
The rocket, you better have gotten used to that idea a long time ago. Different about launch day is that the launch pad is empty. There's nobody else there but you. Most everybody gets a little bit of a feeling in their stomach when they do that.
We're on internal power and we go.
At 12:33, they got the go for launch.
Astronauts report it feels good. Right, booster, go. 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12.
I wanted to be an astronaut.
We do all the simulations because
Crew took what is believed to be the most widely distributed photographic image of all time. Located in the Taurus-Lattreux region. Taurus-Lattreux sits close to the edge of an
Investigator, if you like, on the mission itself. And I guess he was in his element driving around the moon's surface.
spacecraft. My first duty was to go to the points of an equilateral triangle around the lunar module. Bashful about standing around in my underwear.
An old map that they'd already been using that they didn't need again. They taped it into a curve and then found 2 little clamps which they could use to clamp it to the dust guard.
On more than one occasion.
Okay. Don't forget to test your camera. Help twinkle toes, please.
On Apollo 17, in this monochrome landscape, you've got bright orange soil appearing. Now, when this was reported, you can hear it in the voices back in mission control. You know, there is orange soil, there's excitement. And I'll never forget that there's one of the geologists supporting the mission, and he is almost shaking with excitement. This is a geologist tradition, or it was just a Jack Schmitt tradition. But when you look at the footage, you can see that Gene Cernan's getting ready to throw it, and Jack really wants to throw it, and Gene Cernan, almost as a recognition of the great work that he's done, says, "Okay, Jack, you go ahead and do it," and you see him throwing it away.
Let me throw the hammer, please. It's all yours. A hammer thrower, you're a geologist, you ought to be able to throw it. You ready? Go ahead. You ready with this? Yeah. Don't hit the lamp. Look, at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Looked like it was going 1,000,000 miles, didn't it?
I think that it may well have been an old geologist tradition. I know that a definite geologist tradition is a tradition of rolling pebbles or rolling boulders.
Go, roll!
It's only a model.
Maybe we ought to tell our guy about the phony imposter.
You loony loofah! He is the imposter! We've been duped!
Duped!
Bamboozled!
We've been Smeckledorfed!
That's not even a word, and I agree with you.